Nnamdi Kanu is prepared to be transferred back to the UK on arrival of Trump delegates for his defense, says the prophet. One Tinubu. Yes, the prophet of God, that's Prophet David, has gone live to comment on today's defense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. According to him, he began by making reference to the international delegates that arrived Nigerian, the foreign delegates that entered the country, saying that their coming is not to come and observe, but to come and know how the IPOP leader can be easily taken out of this country. I he said, hold me by my word. This is what is going to happen. Hold me by my word. He said it over and over. Please, I want to pay attention to this very video because the man of God really spoke to length. Listen to this. Let's watch this.
Because cannot stop this. The spiritual means of oppressions. Spiritual will always be spiritual and physical will be physical. So major prophet, by the grace of God, I understand what's called the hand of the clock. Because when the hand of the clock is clocking tinkle, major prophet will use what's called a prophetic microscopic view to look at what's called the handwriting on the wall. And the major prophet has seen it all and what is about to happen there. Because so the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to cost Nigeria a big problem. Don't forget that major prophet, I've given the prophecy before now. And when I begin to give prophecy, I begin to make them follow them bit by bit as they are coming and they are unfolding. Because what I'm seeing that's going to play out sooner is going to be what's called a chaos. And this chaos is going to cause what's called anarchy. And this anarchy is what's going to cause what's called people who are in the position to jitter. And if care is not taken, I'm seeing them fleeing away. Because Nigeria as a people have been waiting for a day. I told you when people are pushed to the wall, people will have no choice but to react because there's nobody you can push to the wall. Even the weakest person, when he's pushed to the wall, he will shout the highest shout at the wall side. And when the person is shouting at the wall side, you will know that this person has been pushed to the wall. So major prophet, I'm using what's called a spiritual microscopic view to look at what's called the state of the matter right away. Because what I am seeing that's going to happen right there with the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to it's going to create what's called chaos, and this chaos will lead to what's called anarchy. This anarchy will lead to what's called people will jitter and people will even flee away. When a prophet is speaking, the purpose of a prophet to prophesy is to the people who do not oppose themselves or people who want to do the right thing. They start adjusting things and do the right thing for everywhere for peace to reign, because the peace of the nation is our own peace. When the nation is in hectasketa, or nation is in chaos, or nation is running here and there, or in anarchy, it does not give anybody relaxation. Everybody is trouble, because the issue of what's called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what's going on there in the court case and what's called the case of this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come to a point to create what's called chaos, and not only chaos, this was called state of anarchy. And people will be like, oh, what is the meaning of this? And time to sit will not be available. Time to now readjust and do one or two things will not be available, because this matter is what's called matter and what's called matters arising. And as things are proceeding, and also in the physical realm, things are happening in the physical, we are also being very, very much around to look at the spiritual angle to see all of the things that is going to unfold. Because I'm seeing what's called delegates that's going to come from all over the world, United Nations, America, EU, and other countries of the world. And these delegates are coming specifically to be sure of what they are hearing. So this will not be an issue of news. They want to observe and they want to see things by themselves. And this is what is going to bring what's called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to now come to a point that all of the things that I have said, all of them come to pass one by one. That said, in your own court, it will defeat you.
Get one free sachet when you buy 5 Sonia tomato mix or pepper and onion sachets.
Save major prophet the shame, save the people of the country the shame, and resolve matter, which was called resolve matter, with what's called diplomacy. Resolve matter what's called ideas. Resolve matter. If you lack the idea, the Bible says, if anybody lack wisdom, let him ask for wisdom. If anybody lacks understanding, let him ask for understanding. If anybody lacks what's called a clue, let the person ask for clue. What shall be done? And people that are called people of understanding, that have what's called spiritual understanding and also physical understanding, can be able to analyze and put on the table what's called the diplomatic and the solution to issues. Because the issue of what's called the people of Biafra and the people of Nigeria is beyond what's called a diplomatic resolve. So if there's a matter that needs to be resolved right now, there's one order, higher wisdom and higher understanding, and people who are broadened in their mind to now begin to now look into matters and settle things the way they ought to settle. Because this matter has come to that point, I said, that this case is going to bring shame, and the shame is already set to happen, because secrets are going to open and the people will be on the run, and the many things are going to happen. Because major prophet, when I give you prophecy, I give you years before they begin to happen. I give you prophecies months before they begin to happen. I give you prophecies weeks before they begin to happen. I give you prophecies days before they begin to happen. As the Lord has opened the eyes of the major prophet, which is the eyes of the Lord, because the eye of the prophet is the eyes of the Lord. I'm not talking about bracadabra. I'm not talking about people who try to now say what they are not. I'm not talking about people who claim what they are not. I'm talking about preciseness. I'm talking about accuracy. I'm talking about the Spirit of the living God. I'm talking about the manifestation of the Holy Spirit of God in the life of his servant, the major prophet of God. What you see happening today, I have prophesied it some months ago, and I told you I'm seeing people of Biafra and also what's called protest that is going to resolve into. Nobody has talked about protest when I prophesied it. Nobody has talked about coming out when I prophesied it. And some weeks ago, I talked about Sowore to lead something. And finally, you have seen it played out. What else are we looking for before we know that God is speaking? What else are we looking for before we know that God has given us all of the clues so that we can do the right thing that needed to be done? Because
All right, my dear listeners, I always tell you people that when men of God give prophecies of this kind, let us not overlook, or do away with it. If you are very, very watchful, you will see that almost everything these men of God prophesied earlier this year, almost all are what is happening. It's just like when Nnamdi Kanu was warning us about Nigeria. There were so many people who were looking at him on the head. Some were calling him noisemaker, blackmailer, and all of that, But now, who is the noisemaker? Is it? Tell me, all the things Nnamdi Kanu said are what is happening today in Nigeria. Check it yourself. Everything he said. No, none of those things are skipping. Everything he said, all the things he gave as a prophecy is what is happening today. That's why they are calling him a major prophet. It is not until when one wears a suit and climbs the pulpit that is when the person becomes a prophet. Yes. It is not when one wear the small vet cap on the head, just like my bishop is wearing now. That is when you call that person a prophet. It has been said that a priest is not known in his village. Yes. So, my dear people, I think the message has been delivered. It is now left for you and I to prepare. what the man of God is propagating is is concerning the arrival of these foreign delegates, telling you that, see, this is what is about to happen. That Nigeria, we need to adhere, we need to concur, we need to listen. They must not challenge the decision of this foreign delegate, because to him it's going to be critical. Make me share this video, because if their decision is questioned and challenged, and they go back with that report, know that Nigeria is doomed. I'm telling you, Nigeria is doomed. Let's share this video, let's make it go viral, and let others be informed. Thank you.